Good morning. Oh, I needed that drink. I just come back from my morning walk. I'm in Sweden. For those that don't know, if you don't follow me on Instagram, Carlos Philbrick. Yeah, I just come back from my morning walk, morning routine. 30-minute walk, which I do in the UK, but I go to the gym, go on the treadmill, and then I do abs and stuff after. When I'm here, there is a gym closely, like up the road, but obviously I don't have a membership for it, and sometimes they do weekly passes, but trying to be good with money, bodybuilding, it's expensive. So I choose to go for a walk out in the park area just over from the apartment, 30 minutes, and then some days I come back and do a bit of abs in the living room, but today is not that day. So yeah, I am actually going to do a full day of eating. So I'm going to show you my meal one. Today is a training day, so a little bit more food than what it is on a rest day. But yeah, just show you what I eat. It's not crazy food, like I'm in the off season, but I'm not in my off season. We're just holding me where I am. I'm currently 114 kilos, which is for me at 5'7". It's not a bad weight considering I'm not pushing anything. I'm not on anything at the minute, and so in terms of supplementation, we all know what that means in bodybuilding. So yeah, just holding me where I am at 114 kilos. I'm pretty happy, considering last year I got up to 117 kilos, something like that. I can't remember. I'll have to look at my notes. So yeah, it means I've put on some muscle for sure. My body fat's way better. I'm not like fat or anything. My composition's in a good place. So yeah, it's going to be interesting when we really push in the new year. But first I get blood work done in the next couple of weeks, which I'm not worried about because they were good when I finished prep. So they're going to be even better now, I can imagine. So yeah, that's a little update. Less rambling, more cooking, meal one coming. So my meal one on a training day is around 200 grams of carbs. I will say that the oats here, I don't know why, but they seem a little bit nicer. I don't know, than at home. I normally get my oats from Aldi at home, so that might be why. Aldi's the cheap store, as we all know. So I have 120 grams of oats, and then I have two. Oh, I'm making a mess. Antonia's going to kill me. I've already made of them. See, obviously, Antonia lives here on her own, and then when I turn up, I take over and put fucking bananas and food everywhere. Because unfortunately, she doesn't have enough space in the cupboard at the minute. But yeah, 120 grams of oats and 2 bagels with 4 eggs, 1 scoop of ISO H1, 100 grams of blueberries, 50 grams of strawberries, and 20 grams of almond butter. So it's about 200 grams of carbs with 5, 10, 15, 20, about 30 grams of fat, and 40, 45 grams of protein. But I'm going to cook this all up, and I'll probably show little bits, I don't know, real and raw. Otherwise, just watching me cook the whole thing is going to be pretty boring, and the video will be too bloody long. Actually, I just thought, well, I'll show you this. I put water. I use water for my oats. I don't use milk or anything like that. A lot of my stuff I use water for: cream of rice, water; oats, water; protein shake, if I have a protein shake's water. I don't use milk. I don't use almond milk. Everything's water. I'm a real basic bitch with my food. There is some days where I might decide to jazz it up with some stuff. It's off season, so yeah, I use sauce. Sriracha sauce is normally the one I go for, but again, I'll show you that through the day. But let's cook this up. No toaster, so the next best thing is pan, fry, heat. They don't fry them, but that will toast them. The heat toast them. So yeah, little tip for anyone that goes somewhere that doesn't have a toaster: toast them in the pan. Just realised that toothpaste and stuff down my top. This is a new gas top as well. Thermal. Carlos 15. If you want to buy, I nearly said Hostut then. gasp. Clothing, hostile with supplements, which leads me into ISO H1. Obviously I travelled, so don't want to bring the whole tub, so I just stick it in a sandwich bag. This is their milk chocolate, so 1 scoop of ISO H1. And you may or may not have seen me do this before, but at the minute, I put 1 scoop in a bowl, I add some water, turn it into like a liquidy paste thing, and then I add my blueberries and everything in there, and it turns into like a watery blueberry strawberry topping that I add to the top of my oats. And it's just, again, it's basic shit, but it just makes things a little bit tastier, something different. You know, I in a few weeks time I might mix the powder into my oats and make protein oats. It's just making food the same but a little bit different, so it doesn't get too boring because it is off season. But on the back of that, this food's not that crazy, so it's easy to eat. It's normally I change things up, so when food starts to get a bit hard to eat, trying to make, like, cook the eggs different, like might scramble them or omelette them or whatever, just to make it a little bit different, but it's the same shit. But yeah, let's add some water into here, and then I'll add my blueberries and stuff. Obviously, this being ISO whey is thinner than normal whey. And this is a high quality product, ISO H1. It's not full of shit, it is what it is, it's just protein. And there's actually some digestive enzymes in there, which is really good. It helps you uptake the protein, and equally helps you digest some food. Oats sound like they're done, so I'm gonna check on them. Bagels are toasting up, and then we'll add the blueberries. Yeah, 2 big strawberries. So I buy frozen fruit. It's easier. You buy bags of it, put it in the freezer. Obviously, it keeps it for longer, doesn't go off in the fridge or whatever, and it just makes a bit of a frozen goodness for the top of the oats. But yeah, we're nearly there. This is probably the biggest meal to make in terms of how long, like, time consumption. All my other meals, again, are basic shit: rice, chicken, rice, beef. So this is more the first meal that I kind of spend time making. But it's good. It's a good meal. So I like my oats like a brick, like cake. That shit ain't moving. I like cakey oats. I don't have it like all runny and stuff. I actually find when it's all volumized and runny, it just bloats you out and fills you up more. When I make it cakey and stuff, it just sits well. Let's add 20 grams of almond butter. Just sprinkle that in there. 16, 17, 20. Bosh. And then I add my ISO, blueberries, strawberry and banana, all on top. Nice. This is an easy meal to eat. High food, high carb, easy meal to eat. But yeah, that's nearly done. Eggs are nearly done. Add a bit of salt, add a bit of ketchup, and we're there. And there you have it. Meal 1, 200 grams of carbs, 45 grams of protein. Nice, good first meal. I look forward to eating this one, to be honest. But yeah, bagels and eggs are a new... I've made one upside down. Oh well, bagels and eggs are a new thing for me, but... yeah, I'm good. Nice runny yolk. Well, get this in me. I'll see you at the next one. Okay, meal 2. This is pre-workout meal today. I normally train after 3 meals, but training with a friend, so training a little bit earlier than normal. So 2 meals are going in before training. But yeah, this is pre-workout, so 100 grams of carbs from rice, 40 grams of protein from chicken, and I got 50 grams of pineapple on there, which aids digestion, and then 1 banana, so that's 20 grams of carbs. So in total, there's 127 grams of carbs here. And then 40 minutes before I train, I sip on my pre-workout drink, which has 50 grams of carbs. And I also have 30 grams of dates with that, which is 20 grams of carbs. So another like 80 grams of carbs after this. So I have a pre-meal and then a pre-shake meal kind of thing before I train. So yeah, get this in me and I'll see you at the pre-shake. Okay, I'm in the car with Swedish Zach. So I got my training partner Zach, English Zach, and then I got the Swedish Zach, who's also technically a training partner. But this is, so as you saw, that was my pre-workout meal, and now I'm doing the pre-gym dates. So 30 grams of carbs from dates, and the reason I have dates is because it's potassium and stuff like that, and simple sugars, so it's fast digesting, good for pump, and it's another little way in the off season to get some extra calories and nutrition in. And then I've got my pre-workout shake, which has got 1 scoop of Hostility, 50 grams of carbs, 10 grams of glutamine, and there's some glycerol in there as well for an extra little kick on the pump. Yeah, that's that, and I'll see you for post-workout. Okay, back session finished, post-workout time. Filmed for Zach's YouTube, which is really cool, and your YouTube is?
Zach Person.
Yeah, I'll stick it up
like
in there.
Like the name.
Yeah, like and subscribe. I think we're actually going to film for my YouTube next week, which is really cool, with Zach's content guy. So, but yeah, post-workout, I'm not going to open it just yet, but nothing too crazy. Cream of rice, 100 grams of carbs from cream of rice, 2 scoops of ISO H1 milk chocolate, so 50 grams of protein from ISO and 100 grams of carbs, a little bit of salt, nothing too exciting. But the next meal, I'll eat this and I'll eat it again in about 2 hours, so I'll see you there. Okay, this is meal number 4. Typically I have this meal 5, and normally on a rest day, but I didn't do it this rest day just gone. So I normally have homemade burgers twice a week that I've been doing. So this might sound crazy to some people, but I enjoy it. I have control over what it is. So I know they're good clean burgers. I know it's potato. There's not too much sodium on it. You may have heard me speak about many times. I hold water easy, so if I can get a handle on my sodium, that's really positive for me. On the flip side, I'm in the off season, so if me and Antonio do decide to go out for a meal, I will, but this is like on plan for me, having my burgers and chips. So anyway, I don't know why I keep talking. It's a bit of a mess, but we've just picked up this air fryer. Antonio's bought this new air fryer. So we're taking it for a spin with the burgers and chips. That's why we're doing it, making them basically. Well, oh, they look a bit, maybe they're done.
No, they're okay.
They're ready.
It's mine that's a bit...
yeah, what's this one saying?
Like that.
Yeah, the burgers are done. Nice. So yeah, homemade burgers and chips. Antonio's having steak, Let's have a little looky. So you're doing that, and she's just going to fry that up. And then we're going to have a little, actually have food together, sit down at a table and eat together. So, yeah. And then, so this is meal 4. I'll show you my next meal, which will be rice and chicken, and then my last meal of the day. Okay, so it's finished. And like most relationships, we don't quite agree on how we want it. So the chips are slightly, Antonia likes hers like really like kind of burnt and crispy.
I don't want to burn, I just want them cooked.
Yeah, they're crispy, and I like,
Raw.
I probably could have done.
Yours are fucking raw. You have them in for 5 minutes and you're like, no.
Well, I like mine not as crispy, but it is what it is. They're not bad. But yeah, oh, hang on, did I show you the burger? Hang on, the camera skills. Under there somewhere. Yeah. But yeah, so a nice meal together. And now Antonia's turning the lights off, so we're in the dark.
That's
Candlelight only.
a signal for...
Get off the YouTube. But yeah, get this in me and I'll see you at the next one. Yes, the glorious chicken and rice once again. Hello kids. Yeah, 100 grams of carbs from rice, 40 grams of protein from chicken. Get your little ratty head out of it. What have you got? That creamy. She's so happy with herself.
Oh
Give it here.
God.
So she's bought this creamy.
I joined the dark side.
Yeah, because everyone's been going on about it.
But I don't
Look at
do
this
it
shit.
with protein powder.
She's
no.
bought this and a new coffee maker.
And
what else? Oh, and obviously the new air fryer. She's been on a bit of a spending spree, which she doesn't do often. She can't just do one thing. It's like 7 different new things. But I'm not complaining because I won't use the Ninja, but I use the coffee maker and the new air fryer. But yeah, she's just made basically ice cream out of, what was it?
Greek yogurt.
Greek yogurt.
Protein.
Yeah.
No, Greek protein yogurt, not protein powder.
Yeah.
Banana.
Yeah.
Strawberries. A little bit of water. Vanilla powder and sweetener.
So yeah, nice way to have an ice cream. I'm sure my clients will watch this and be like, hey, fuck you. I'm not having it. I'm having chicken rice. But yeah, what did I say? So 100 grams of carbs from rice, 40 grams of protein from chicken, and then 10 grams of fats from extra virgin olive oil. I don't know if I've mentioned that on the other meal. But yeah, the burgers and chips, that's not an everyday thing. That would normally be the beef and rice. And as I trained a little bit earlier today, obviously my meals are a bit different. Like the pre-workout meal moved to meal 2. So, and normally my post-workout meal is meal 4. And obviously that moved to meal 3. So everything moves. So yeah, just going to chuck the oil on, a bit of salt, and then I'll show you. Bit of sriracha sauce on there as well. And is it going to play? Is it going to play? Well, this is underwhelming, isn't it? There's a film going on. Gladiator. They've cracked out the Gladiator. What a film. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention is you'll notice I haven't been putting any veg on my meals. That is because, a little tip or trick for anyone that is in the off season or heading into an off season and eating higher food, I buy a greens powder. So it's got everything in there in the greens powder. I have that in the morning, so I have my macro what the word am I looking for? Macro nutrition. Jesus Christ, my brain. It is the evening. Let me, be kind.
Put on the electric blanket. I'm not freeze.
Are you joking?
No, it's so cold.
I'm in fucking shorts and t-shirt.
I'm eating ice cream.
Parrots could be flying around in here. It's that warm. It's freaking boiling. Oh no, I'm not getting that. No electric blanket. No, it's too hot. Yeah, anyway, I'll see you at the last meal. Last meal of the day. Nice and simple, pretty close to the first meal of the day. So it's 120 grams of oats, oats, which is 70 grams of carbs. And then I've got 250 grams of Greek yogurt, zero fat Greek yogurt, 1 scoop of ISO H1 mixed in with the yogurt. And then I normally do 100 gram blueberries and 50 gram strawberries, but I didn't realise, it's my own fault, I ran out of blueberries. I totally forgot, so I've just done 150 grams of strawberries. It's pretty much the same, to be honest. So yeah, in total this is 80 grams of carbs, 85 grams of carbs, and 50 grams of protein. Doesn't look too special, but it tastes good. Oh, there is 1 square of dark chocolate under there, which is about 7 grams of fat, and then 20 grams of almond butter, which is 10 grams of fat, so around 30 grams of fat in this meal. Yeah, and a little bit of salt as normal. So just had my health supplements. I was in the routine of doing it, so I was going to show it, but I totally forgot. But I'll probably do that on the next one and try and remember it. But yeah, that is a true full day of eating. Obviously, like I said about the burger and homemade burger and chips, I normally have that on a rest day, but because I didn't this week, I had it today. So yeah, pretty much showed all, to be honest. I don't know if I mentioned about my intra shake, because I showed the pre-workout shake, but the intra shake's another 50 grams of carbs in there, so around my training window is 130 grams of carbs alone. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. I feel it's boring, but maybe you enjoy it, I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.